What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Engineers Out Filters podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Thompson. And tonight, I stole one of Joseph's seltzers. I'm drinking the Bauhaus Mango Hard Seltzer.
Fucking bitch. I knew you were gonna steal it.
I'm quarantined, all right? I can't go out to the store to
You're
get some
not
alcohol.
quarantined. You're on break. There's a difference. All right, I'm Joseph, and I'm not quarantined, so I can buy my own goddamn beer. And tonight, I'm drinking a Hop Slam.
Ooh,
Baby.
is that not done yet? Are they still selling it?
It's from the last time I bought it, but it's in a Hop Slam glass.
Nice little
So-
snifter.
You're just matching, dude.
Yeah, fucking
Alright.
killing the game out here.
Well, I'm Gabe, and I'm drinking the New Belgian Starship IPA. My camera sucks, but it's got a little Han Solo gun. Cool art. That's the only reason I got it, because it looked cool. It also has Galaxy hops, which I do like.
Very nice, very nice. And I am Dayton, and I am drinking. I'm channeling my inner Minnesotan today, and I am drinking Surly Todd the
Ooh,
Axeman.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's a
Yeah.
solid brew.
Right there.
Yep, cost the big bucks
Well-
out here. So
Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. This is a very special episode 60, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. Before that, we have some special guests joining us today, starting with...
I'm Sean. I'm drinking a Heineken tonight.
oh, okay,
Tall boy.
okay.
I like it.
I'm Josh, and I have a Corona Seltzer. I'm quarantined up here for the next month at Tech.
What flavor seltzer you rocking there, Josh?
This one's the lime.
Okay, not lemon
If
lime
they
because
can't
we've
do a good
had
lime,
some.
They're bad at seltzers. That's like the defect.
I don't know,
I have-
because
I have nothing to
Bauhaus has a
compare it
shit
to.
lime.
This lime's decent, but I have like no baseline to go off of.
Your
Just gotta
standards are
try
too
some
low.
more, I guess.
All right, I'm Emily. Tonight I'm drinking a homemade Moscow Mule with
Ooh.
a
Oh, yeah.
cherry Smirnoff and a what do you call it? Goslings?
It's definitely
Yeah,
got
Goslings. I almost called it Gooselings. So the
Gooselings.
Goslings ginger beer.
Wait, you say it's a cherry Moscow Mule?
Well, it's cherry Smirnoff, so hint of
Interesting.
I
extra.
don't know if that's
Interesting flavor.
yeah.
And I am Max, and I'm drinking a two-hearted ale with a Michigan Tech koozie.
Oh,
Ooh, okay.
I like it.
Don't forget it.
Preach.
Represent.
So this week we're doing something very special. This will be a 3-week series in honor of March Madness, which granted now has been kind of canceled because of coronavirus. But you know what? It's gonna live on in the podcast with the Engineers Out Filters bullshit bracket tournament. All right. So for the next 3 weeks, we're going to be arguing against one another, trying to figure out who's the best bullshitter. And what way to do that by just arguing about some dumbass topics that don't matter at all to anything.
Hey, all of these topics matter, alright?
Yeah, I was definitely really passionate about this.
Yeah.
Oh,
I did
well.
a whole 5 minutes of research, okay?
Yeah, you should have seen me.
At 6:55, right?
No, it's at lunch, okay? It's at lunch.
So round 1 will be this week, and round 1 is titled Metamorphic Mayhem. All right, we're going to be arguing to see what is the best rock. I'm talking igneous, I'm talking metamorphic, and I'm talking sedimentary. All right, who can argue of which of their rocks is the best? We're gonna find out tonight. As a
Wow,
reminder,
you almost made it sound like a reality show.
no, dude, this is some real ass shit. All right, we got to distract people from the horrors of the world with just some straight bullshit coming in their earphones. All right.
Earphones. In their
As
ear hole.
always,
Okay,
you can find
boomer.
our show every Monday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, and now Google Play Music and Google Podcasts. For some
You are
reason, they're
welcome.
separate, but we're officially on those now.
Interesting.
And you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at EWF Podcast. And you know what? Let's just get right into it. Round 1, we got Dayton, we got Sean, we got Soapstone, we got Granite. All right, Dayton, start us off.
All right, I gotta clear my throat for this one.
Let's see your note cards.
Yeah, should I be taking notes?
it's not my note card. It's on my phone because I was typing it up. Okay. All right.
All right.
You don't need to worry, Sean. You're just gonna make me yawn. In fact, I might just go to sleep, but I can't with you around, you creep. Now let me guess, and please don't stress. You chose a rock, igneous, thinking and leave me in a dizziness. Now I hope you don't take life for granted, cause you're going down to the bedrock. Now can it? Anyway, I chose soapstone, hoping you'd leave me alone. It's metamorphic. Now hop off this dick. It's also known as steatite, a rock that is soft yet durable. That's pretty cool, right? I wasn't gonna burst your bubble, but I'm about to up my effort double. So climb out of that nook and brush off that rubble. Cause you ain't off the hook. I hope you got a notebook, as both our rocks are countertop. But you've got a poor outlook, cause granite looks like shit. Full stop. In case I'm not clear, I'll give you a limerick. Why granite is cheeks. Why yes, that was a haiku. Now you'd better kneel on a pew and pray that granite doesn't chip. Soapstone got that drip. You know it's true. I hope all this wasn't for naught, but your argument is shot. Anyway, let's hear from granite. I've heard enough about soapstone, the rock that changes under the planet. You got a long bone? Let's hear from your girl Janet. All talk and no moan.
All right, I am very underprepared.
You literally
Mic drop.
should have gone last.
Mic drop. Mic drop.
And that's the
Nobody can
podcast,
follow that.
everybody.
No one can follow.
You
To be
literally
clear,
peaked the whole podcast.
it was not a requirement to make this like a poem or a rap or whatever the fuck that was. That was not a
I'll have you know.
requirement.
I'll have you know that I used couplets. I had a ballad. I had a limerick, a haiku, and
How many
think-
hours did that take you?
only like 2 or 3.
That's like
I spent like 10% of that time just
tonight.
Googling granite.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Let's quiet down and let's Sean take the stage.
Okay, well, I didn't prepare a rap or a haiku or a couplet or whatever the fuck you said. So I'm already gonna lose. There's no way anyone votes for me except for me. I was gonna start with a joke about granite because what mom doesn't love granite countertops, but that joke's gonna fall flat because I'm just following Dayton after that. That rhymed.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Is Sean about to freestyle?
For another minute and a half. Let's go.
I was trying, but I couldn't think of anything. All right, probably the best form of granite is everyone's favorite Olympic sport, which is curling, because curling rocks are made out of granite. Also, Mount Rushmore was made out of granite, and granite's pretty popular, so everyone loves it, and that's why everyone uses it. And I'm just gonna kind of admit defeat already. I don't have any good facts that falls up a rap like that.
Do you have anything about soapstone? Like any
You have any
disses on soapstone?
disses? Yeah.
I have one diss about soapstone, which you included in your rap. I forget what exactly you said. You said soapstone. I don't know. It's harder. Or you said granite wouldn't. But I actually looked up the hardness of both, and granite is harder than soapstone.
Yeah.
Get fucked.
Yeah, no, dude, I said that. I said it's soft. Soapstone is soft yet durable.
Don't worry, he had a line.
Now,
as
now I
well.
don't want to burst your bubble, but I'm about to up my effort double.
Go through it again.
And then a little bit later on, I said, you better hope your granite doesn't chip, referencing the hardness.
Right.
But what about fracture toughness here? You know,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
brittle-
Well, like they're both gonna. I mean, all rocks are gonna be fucking brittle. Like that's the nature of it. So.
Is there any other cross examination you guys wanna do here?
I'm
I guess
surprised
I
there's
don't-
no take it for granite jokes. Like how people say granite.
Dayton, I presume that's a line in Dayton's rap.
Yeah, dude, I had a line. I said,
Oh.
you better not take your life for granted, because you're going down to the bedrock. Now can it?
There's just so much to take in. I just.
Some may
There's a lot
argue
to
too
process.
much. I don't know. Gabe, where's your vote going and why?
I mean, I just gotta go Dayton. Like, I don't know.
Fuck you, Gabe.
Here's the thing. I want to know what he's gonna do round 2. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the
You gotta
America's
follow
Got
it up.
Talent thing where it's like they're a one-trick pony. He's gonna be fucked next round, but I want to see it.
All right. Josh.
I too have to go with Dayton because, like Gabe said, probably a one-trick pony. But I spent hours researching Marble today because I literally had nothing fucking better to do. So I have like 2 pages of stuff to go on to round 2.
So Josh, you're already prepared for the next battle.
You're not even gonna get that far, bud.
Oh.
Oh shit!
I'll see
Throwing
you in the next
shade.
round, Gabe.
Max.
Gonna have to go with Dayton just because the sheer amount of effort he decided to put in, above and beyond.
Thank you.
All right. Joseph.
I gotta go Dayton. I'm so sorry, Sean. I'm so sorry.
Fuck off this
Can I get
podcast.
one vote?
I was really rooting for Sean, but no. Dayton opened up with the first like rhyme, and I was like, okay, so he's gonna go with this, and then like go into some other stuff, and then it just kept coming. Oh my god!
Yeah, I thought it was gonna stop.
Fucking ridiculous. I thought it was just like an intro, and like he was gonna move on from there. And you know what? I should have known better because and I know the kind of commitment Dayton has to bullshit like this. So yeah, it's Dayton. I'm sorry.
Emily.
Man. All right. Well, I want to let you know, Sean. Before, like you had said, I want one vote. Like I was gonna vote for you, so you have my vote. And I want to make it all clear here, boys. It's not a pity vote. I really like Granite. It's a great countertop, and that was your opening line, so I had to give it to you.
I will take it.
Any vote.
My vote also goes to Sean because here's the thing about
Go!
Dayton's rap was all sparkle, no substance. I didn't learn any uses of soapstone or any like features about. He didn't say shit about what soapstone actually is or does.
I said it was soft yet durable, and I said it was a countertop.
This is the
That's
first
not
time you
enough
said that.
information.
I don't know what it
found
looks
out-
like either.
I found out today that granite is used for curling and for Mount Rushmore. My vote's going to Sean.
Okay. All right.
Good
But it
point.
doesn't matter. That's 4 votes for Dayton, 2 for Sean. Dayton will be moving on to the next round.
All right, gotta log off, Sean. See you later.
And there, to be fair, there's going to be a consolation bracket too, so don't worry. Everyone will
You
still
need
be
to
around.
leave.
Oh,
Island
I'm
for
not
next week.
prepared for this, guys.
Also, just to be clear, the next round will not be rock related. You're not taking these rocks all the way to the finals, all right? It's going to be a different topic every single week because this is a bullshitting tournament, not the best rock tournament.
Can we vote for our favorite EWF podcast member?
No,
No.
I don't like. I'm not taking those odds.
I don't want to take that,
A
right?
bracket? No.
Dude, I do not want to take that. Let's put it on Instagram. We'll be like, which one's your favorite? And I'll just be sad for a week, but we'll do it.
We're not doing that shit. All right, the next bout is Gabe with pumice versus Josh with marble, and it's gonna go to Gabe first.
No, I'm sending it to Josh. He's preparing. I want him to go first.
All right, Gabe.
Get him stains.
Josh is gonna rap on you, and it's gonna
I
be the
don't
same.
care.
as-
Okay, I didn't prepare a rap, but how many structures are built of pumice, Gabe?
Actually, quite a few. It's actually surprisingly
All right,
durable.
but-
and it was
but-
used in ancient Greek.
Is the Taj Mahal one of the most beautiful structures in the world built of pumice? No. No, it's not. Taj Mahal. It was constructed in 1631. It took 22 years to complete. It was by the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan in memory of his wife, his loving wife, Mumtaz Mahal. Back in the day, it cost 320 million rupees to make. Now the video that I got my facts from said that cost about 52.8 billion rupees, or $827 million to complete. And then, yeah. Pretty fucking awesome, Gabe. I don't think anything like pumice is made like that. And also, marble is a $1.1 billion industry. A lot of it comes from the Apon Alps in Italy, which translates to the Marble Mountains, or is called the Marble Mountains. It employs 13,000 people, probably more than what pumice employs.
Probably.
And if you look at these mountains, it's really cool because it's like straight cut. So what they do is they take like 3 points, they intersect at a very certain location, and then they insert a diamond rope, and they cut it in all 3 locations. And you get those like perfect slabs.
That's pretty cool.
And then yeah. Oh, it's also a metamorphic rock.
Yeah.
So you guys know. For the metamorphic mayhem or whatever this is called.
Good pick.
But there's also some 7 wonders of the world, like the Colossus of Rhodes. Last time I checked, there are no 7 wonders of the world made of pumice. Just saying. And it can cost up to $400 per square meter. So, if you're looking for a good business, you can make some good money off of marble. Gabe?
Oh, is it my turn? You're done?
I feel like Josh could have just kept listing
I
out
know.
his marble
He probably
facts.
he probably could have.
Oh, probably.
Josh. I have 2 sections, but I don't even want to get into right now because I want to point something out. You had a lot of great history, you had a lot of economics, but you overstemmed it. You took it way too technical and put the money
Okay.
and the science behind it.
But Gabe,
Fucking
this is
lame.
the Engineers
Actually, you
Without
didn't put
Filters
science, you just put
podcast.
history.
This is the
You said
Engineers
history,
Without
it's lame.
Filters
We're gonna talk
podcast.
about it itself. So here's my first section. Why pumice is badass. You know how pumice gets made? It fucking ejects from a goddamn volcano, cools in the air, and then lands, and it can fucking float. It is the highest surface area of any rock, so it can float, and it can form these things called rafts. So there's a big ejection. Yeah, I'm using the word ejection. It can make rafts. Like there was one last year that was as big as the size of Manhattan. And what makes them amazing is they can actually harbor lots of biodiversity. And some people even claim that it was a cradle for the origin of a lot of life forms because it can hold, let's look at my notes, it can absorb metals, organics, and a lot of organic catalysts, and allowing the time and the atmosphere and the environment that it was in at the time, a lot of organisms started, or they believe started from this. So last I checked, marble wouldn't even be an industry if there weren't people around because there wasn't fucking life, all right? Boom, fucking roasted. So, let's go on to why marble fucking sucks. My rock gets formed from volcanoes. Yours gets made by sitting there for a few years, just few million years, kind of like there's a little bit of pressure. I'll just twine in with these little crystal things and make a little cute swirl. It's lame. Fucking takes too long. Boom, explosion, new rock, badass. It was lava. Second off, yours is just a decoration. It's fucking nothing. All right. Did you start life? No, you didn't. Also, I have can't float, which is fucking lame. Your rock sinks. You can throw it in and it just fucking sinks. You know what mine does? It fucking floats, dude. So yeah, fuck marble.
Is that it?
And that's what I've got.
All right, but Gabe. So pumice, it's made like that really quick. Let's look at this like a food perspective, okay? It's like microwaving food. Microwaving food is shit. Marble takes time. It's like slow roasting ribs. It's way better. Okay,
But it's not better
doesn't-
because
doesn't make
it
sense.
comes out
Doesn't
and
make
people
sense.
just use it to put on their fucking kitchens.
Yes,
Mine makes
okay,
life.
But what about
Makes life
David's
countertops.
Michelangelo? One of the best sculptures in the world is made of granite.
It wouldn't be around if there wasn't
wait,
people.
marble.
It doesn't
Marble.
rock. It wouldn't exist. But whatever.
I want to open up the audience for questions because I have a question I want to ask. But I'm going to add this as like a section where you can ask questions. Gabe, you said that pumice is the rock with the largest surface area.
That's
That
what it
doesn't
said
make
on
any
Google.
goddamn sense.
It said
Yeah,
on Google.
yeah,
You
I
mean
agree.
surgery to volume ratio?
Sorry, I meant to say surface to volume. I got put
Okay.
in the moment. Surface
I was
to
gonna
volume.
say.
But even so, surface to volume ratio doesn't make any fucking sense. You want to be talking about like a packing factor or something like that. Like you're talking about density. Like that's all that matters when it comes to like
Marble.
floating.
Marble.
Well, are they talking like
Denser.
surface area, as in like all the holes, right? So there's
Yeah.
like
Correct,
extreme
yeah,
amounts
because
of
it's
Okay,
porosity.
okay.
And
Okay,
that's
well
why
then
a
I
lot
can
of things
understand
kind of
that.
attached to it.
Isn't pumice used to scrape the dead skin off people's feet?
Yo,
Yeah,
that's
I
what
mean,
I was
think
but-
gonna
of
say.
pumice is dead skin. Just gonna.
Okay, but it doesn't work
Throw
that
that out
well.
there.
I found you can buy these files at Walmart that work way better than fucking.
I thought
They're made of marble?
So it's not even good at what it does.
I thought that's what soapstone does, though. Isn't that what soapstone's used for?
So
too?
some stuff sucks. So I don't know.
No.
Isn't that for scraping feet?
No.
I have
just-
another question for Gabe.
Why are they
you
all
seem-
about me? Why are they all shitting on my thing?
Well,
Iron shots.
It's a
because
question.
marble's a staple. Everyone knows marble. Marble is very reliable. I got a question about pumice. So I was doing some initial research on everyone's rocks in preparation for this, and it sounds like a lot of your argument hinges on the fact that pumice can float. But are you aware of the fact that it gets waterlogged very quickly and it will sink?
It depends on which one. Some of them sink within minutes, but some can go up to years, hence my floats.
Okay.
It also depends on the ejection. A lot of those floats come from underwater volcanoes and float up, and then they log later. But they can travel massive distances before they get waterlogged.
Okay.
Like transoceanic voyages.
Are there any other
Without
questions
the
people
help
want
of
to
humans.
ask?
No, I don't have any other questions.
I was trying to come up with one.
I'm sold. I'm
No
sold.
more questions, Your Honor.
Josh and Gabe, any final thoughts?
I'm fine where I'm at.
Pumice sucks.
All right, Dayton, where's your vote going?
You know, I think both put up a pretty valiant effort, but you know, I've been reading the Twitch chat, and you know, I've been talking to the Twitch chat, and you know, I'm a man of the people, and it seems like the overwhelming majority of people think that pumice sucks ass.
Who's on the Twitch?
Shout out to RJ in the Twitch chat.
Is Josh on the Twitch?
Yeah. and so you know, I got to go with marble.
All right.
Got to go with
Sean,
marble.
where's your vote going?
All right. Originally, I wanted to go marble because Josh seemed a lot more prepared, and the microwave joke was a really good reference. But I didn't know pumice came out of a volcano, and that's a pretty cool fact. So I'm gonna have to go with pumice.
All right, it is 1-1, and I'm sending it over to Max.
I'm gonna have to go with Gabe here for his scientific information on the rock. I feel like it just spoke to me more.
All right, Joseph.
Oh no.
I'm feeling Josh. I really liked the ribs reference, and I liked the way he presented his argument. I feel like Gabe was a little too aggressive for Josh's calm demeanor, and I didn't appreciate the way he spoke to my friend. So
That's your argument? Do you know how many times we've insulted each other on this podcast on air?
yes, no, I know, and
We
that's
have
part of
guests
it.
today, Gabe.
Yes,
Josh is our guest.
you're a shit
Emily.
I'm thank goodness you have the last vote, Jacob, because I don't want to be a tie. So here's my thought, Josh. You said you did a lot of research, but you seem to tell us facts that a lot of us already knew.
Oh.
So I gotta
That's
throw it to the
heartbreaking.
pumice for telling me some new things
Yeah,
today.
he went on YouTube. All right. He went to NASA.gov. All right.
All right, I'm the deciding factor here, and you know what? I think it was clear in my analysis of the Dayton and Sean bout that I care most about what are these rocks used for today, and that's where Josh came in strong. I feel like I did not get a whole lot of picture on what pumice is used for. Just apparently it created all life on Earth. So
Apparently, look at that.
I'm gonna go with
one
Josh.
time millions of years ago.
So this is a tiebreaker, and for that we are going to flip a coin. Josh, you're the guest. You can pick heads or tails.
I'm gonna go with tails because it never fails.
Oh, dude, he's
Tails
channeling
are
he's
tails.
channeling my
There you go.
energy right now.
Shit. Okay, that one's.
Why didn't you
One
catch
more.
it?
Because I got my headset connected.
No, it's
Right. Ready?
Show it on camera. Show it on camera.
It is heads.
Oh,
Ooh.
Ably moving on to
brutal.
the next round. going up against Dayton.
At least
And
I don't have to go
unfortunately-
against Dayton now.
Wait, I'm going
Josh
against.
will go into the consolation bracket. Yeah, you have Dayton next week, Gabe. So
Oh no.
better
Next
bring
Get
week?
some
fucked.
next week. Yeah.
I am so happy I can shit on Gabe.
You guys do that every week anyway. You act like it's a special occasion.
Wait, Jacob, I got a question. So we aren't second tier arguing these rocks, or are we like second tier arguing these rocks tonight?
No, we are not second.
Hang
tier
on a
arguing.
second. Hang on a second, boys, and Emily. Twitch
Oh, you're
chat.
sweet.
Twitch chat just brought up an excellent point here.
I swear to God, if it was Josh
It's
again.
if
No,
Josh is-
no. See, this was I think this is RJ saying this. It should be on the chat to decide, not a coin
people are
flip.
in the
We
chat?
have one
We have-
person and Josh.
I like this.
We have
I
no.
don't
We
have
have
Twitch.
we
I
have
just
some.
joined it. You can look at who's in it.
How many people are in chat
Kenzie-
right now?
Kenzie's in it.
We have 8 viewers. What the fuck?
If we have a chat, yeah, chat can fucking decide for sure. That's way more. I like that way better.
I feel like we
That's
should also
live,
get a
boys.
vote though.
No,
Yeah,
no,
we
like
vote,
only
but,
for
like-
tiebreakers. Only for tiebreakers.
So you're
Tiebreaker.
Yeah,
telling
yeah,
me
yeah,
we're
for a
gonna change the
tiebreaker,
rules
absolutely.
after things were
Oh
decided?
God, Josh is in the chat too.
Yeah.
Fuck.
All right. Yep. We're
What's-
gonna do a chat vote break here.
All right.
All right.
What the hell?
Gabe,
Last word.
let's be okay.
Gabe, you can still
Okay,
win.
let's just change the rules. All right, that
Gabe,
makes
listen.
sense.
Oh,
What is
okay,
the purpose
so
of the
loser.
tournament? The purpose of the tournament is to figure out who's the best bullshitter. All right. When it's a tie, flipping a coin doesn't tell us anything. But we have
I-
other people coming in.
All right.
I'm
other
with
bullshitting
it.
other
is an
humans
opinion
who got to hear these
based.
arguments.
All right. All right. All right. Everyone in the chat, input your answers, and I'll count them up.
3 seconds for them to hear it.
Wait, we only have like 3 people.
Quickly,
I'm
make
not-
your fake Twitch accounts.
I'm gonna hack Twitch using my botnet.
Josh votes Josh.
Well, we already got 3. Josh is one of them.
Oh,
Might be
Josh.
Josh, huh? Who is Josh? What's his username?
Babao is Josh.
All right.
Oh, I'm talking about like different Josh, not the Josh that's in the tournament. 'Cause
Yeah.
All right. So we have. Let's see here. We have.
All for Josh.
Yeah. You have 2 votes for Pumice and 5, 6. No.
Okay,
right, no,
Gabe
5.
is one of the people for
No, I'm
Pumice.
not.
Gabe Watch is definitely.
Yeah, I
Gabe
know.
is
I know
right now
that's
trying to
him.
get
I know
All right.
that's him. All right.
And a surprising reversal. The new winner is Josh with Marble, who is moving on to
Yeah.
round 2.
All right. Sorry, Gabe. So I put a winner label underneath your name after the coin flip. But I gotta move this up to Josh.
Ah, shit. So now I have to like make a rap next week.
Hey, what else you gonna do? You're quarantined. You got plenty of time.
That's true.
You must have to go to work.
All right, we're moving on to the third fight of the night. It is Joseph with Lapis Lazuli versus Emily with Iron Ore.
Let's get it.
Coming in
Joseph.
strong.
You're up first.
Ladies first. Excuse you.
All right, Joseph's passing over to Emily.
All right, you're too sweet. Boys, I have 2 intros here,
Oh.
and
Wait, 2? What? Hold on.
I'm gonna read them both to you. First one is a poem that I'm sure you all are very familiar with. I'm gonna cut to the poem to the part where I need it, but it says, "Of the big lake they called Gitshigumi, the lake they said never gives up her dead, and the skies of November turn gloomy. With a load of iron ore, 26,000 tons more, the Edmund Fitzgerald weighed empty." So, I'm just putting out the importance here that iron ore was so important that 29 men lost their lives over transporting iron ore to get their goods across the lakes, the Great Lakes, excuse me. So just putting out the importance there. And really to tug at your heartstrings at a very, very good song. My other questions to you are, do you literally use any form of transportation? Do you own any household appliances? Do you live or work in a building?
Oh.
Do you walk on the sidewalk?
Oh.
Do you
that's
use
me.
silverware?
Oh.
Do you love Iron Man?
Oh.
If you answer any of these questions, then you'll love iron ore, boys. Let's get started. So I kind of wrote this at like a second grade level, so I'm just kind of like, we're gonna go real fast.
You got to know your audience, right?
We're all college grads. What the hell?
I wanted to keep it at Joseph's level so he could, argue back and forth a little bit here if we need be.
Okay.
Iron ore is a very popular sedimentary rock found in the Earth's crust. The word iron is an Anglo-Saxon term meaning metal, and ore is defined as naturally occurring mineral, so it's a natural metal. It's used as a raw material for iron and steel industries, and the primary use of iron ore is the production of iron and steel. And I have 3 big points here to point out why iron ore is the best. It's everywhere. It's the backbone of our society, and there's a lot of it. Here we go. Nearly all of the Earth's major iron ore deposits in rocks were formed 1.8 billion years ago, so it's old and it's been around. Iron ore is mined in about 50 countries and almost every continent. It's the 6th most abundant metal in the entire universe, not Earth, not the world, the universe, boys.
Damn.
And iron is a structural okay, this is not second grade level, I'm just kidding. But it's like basis of the sun, the stars, and some planets like Mars, Saturn, and Jupiter, like Earth, have also very iron-rich cores. Iron has been said to be the most important commodity after oil. Turning iron into steel was said to be the mankind's most ingenious achievements, which is not letting it lightly. Iron ore is the basic mineral and backbone of industrial development. It accounts for 95% of all metals used by the modern society. Like I said, silverware, cars, all your appliances could not be done without iron ore. I kind of said that already. It's used to make cars, trains, ships, architecture, but also agriculture, equipment, infrastructure, tools, paper clips, and so much more. Bicycles as well. Reinforcing rods and sidewalks. That was the other point I had here.
Sidewalks are very important.
Yeah, we couldn't walk without them.
You're right, I don't have 2 legs.
Could not walk without sidewalks.
If your argument stems on focuses on sidewalks, I'm sorry to burst your bubble.
It's what's underneath the sidewalk that counts. Man has been producing steel for about 4,000 years. It started in about 3000 BC, post-Bronze Age. So, the soldiers had realized that bronze wasn't cutting it anymore and started producing steel, which was based on iron ore. Much of the Earth's core is thought to be composed of iron by mass, its most abundant element, by 35% representation, which basically means we'll never run out. There's estimated to be 8 billion tons, of iron ore, which then translates to about 2 billion tons of iron, or so the sources say. And Australia and Brazil are among the largest iron ore producers, they produce about 9 million metric tons and 4 million metric tons respectively. So we're never running out. It is the backbone of our economy, and it's literally everywhere. So I'd like to hear what lapis lazuli has on that.
I'm gonna go with A. It's lapis lazuli.
Oh, yeah, get her on semantics,
So
Joseph.
I think
Give
I
her
already
the
got
1-2.
all your votes right there. So it's interesting that you brought up the Edmund Fitzgerald, because I'm gonna just go against iron ore for the majority of this, because that's what was easier to find.
Because lapis lazuli has nothing good going?
No, that's not true at all. But yeah, 29 the full crew of the Edmund Fitzgerald went down. That's a lot of loss of life. Was it really worth it for 26,000 or 26 tons? No, 26,000. I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Can't read my own handwriting. 26,000 tons of iron ore. Is that worth those human lives? It's estimated that 3 times as much waste is developed or created from the process of refining the ore. So for every 1 ton of iron ore that's mined from, or that's produced, there's about 3.5 tons of waste iron that's lost in the filings and the chips. Let's see. There's an estimated of 15,000 mining deaths per year, and with iron ore being the largest mined good, a majority of those deaths obviously go to iron ore. So I'm getting at a lot of loss to life here. Let's see. That also goes along with the Iron Age, which is an interesting thing that comes up where that is
Oh, the
where,
Bronze Age.
well, the Iron Age came before the Bronze Age.
Oh,
Wait, did it?
So,
Are you
I'm
sure?
pretty-
are you sure?
Yeah,
Came
because
afterwards.
Are you
Came
sure
out-
about that?
I think
Yeah.
bronze came first because bronze is like it.
'Cause
You don't need to
bronze is the
refine
end of
it.
the Iron Age.
bronze
I'm
is
doing a fact check.
copper and
Somebody's
Tin.
losing points on this one.
tin.
Yeah,
They
either
came
way,
out-
Came
we're
afterwards.
Okay, so iron came afterwards. It is still one of the largest turning points in warfare, creating more loss of life. The majority of iron used up until the Industrial Revolution was used for weapons and for killing people. So iron is murder, is what I'm getting at. So a vote for Emily is a vote for murder. Just gonna throw that little tidbit out there.
wait till you hear my shade. I'm just saying.
Lapis
Okay.
lazuli, on the other hand, is a beautiful blue metamorphic rock that is commonly found with veins of pyrite. So you get this beautiful blue and gold rock when you mine it. It's commonly, or it gets its name, lapis meaning stone in Latin, and lazuli was the mine in Persia where it was most, or it was like the largest producer when it was like first discovered. And that is where the Portuguese and Spanish word azul for blue comes from. So iron changed languages, or iron, lapis lazuli changed languages.
Hmm.
Let's see. We also have it was would be ground up and used for paint dyes called ultramarine because it was the deepest blue hue you could naturally get, and it was reserved for only the best paintings. The very famous Virgin Mary painting, the blue in her clothes. That's what was used for. Oh, it was also, if you can visualize King Tut's mask, his burial mask, those blue stripes were lapis lazuli. There was no iron on King Tut's burial. That's
Got me there.
that's what I got.
Okay.
All right. Well, I want you to know that a vote for lapis lazuli makes you a floozy.
Oh.
Okay, because Joseph's out here spouting shit about how iron ore supports war, which would have been a great rhyme, by the way. You missed out. But lapis lazuli supports lore, illegal mining, terrorism. It's expensive, it's weak, and you can't sleep with it. Here we go.
Sounds like
Wait, you sleep with
Why
iron?
can't you?
Wait.
What do you mean
Hold
you
on.
can't sleep with it?
Hold on, I know. Don't
I'm
spoil.
very curious.
She's baiting us.
Lazuli is a soft rock. You have to take care of it and its value. I read on a jewelry website that in order to avoid unnecessary pressure on the stone, it can't, or avoid unnecessary pressure on the stone, it can be chipped if you drop it on the floor. Therefore, when wearing this jewelry, you should always be seated and wear it with caution. Always remove your lapis jewelry when sleeping, exercising, and participating in any sport or athletic activity. So,
It'll just break super easily.
yeah, you can't sleep with it.
I mean, gold's a really soft metal too, but it's still considered precious.
But gold doesn't shatter though. It's very
drop it.
ductile.
That is true. But the best
Um,
things in life are worth taking care of.
Well, I've also read that it's toxic, so I don't know if it's really the best.
Emily's
It's
just
actually
like
toxic in water because
Ooh.
it retains pyrite and sulfur traces in it.
oof.
Also known as a conflict material in Afghanistan, much of the area where lapis lazuli is mined is occupied by the Taliban and local members of the Islamic State. So they operate illegal mines and attack each other to capture the production. Iron ore may start wars, but it also saved lives.
I think it's killed a lot of people. I
disagree.
Alright,
Every
well-
medical device ever and medical instrument and surgical tool is made out of steel, which is made from iron, which is made from iron ore. So the amount of lives that are saved in 2020 may have been bit the loss of the lives lost on the Edmunds Fitzgerald that day.
I'm gonna open up the floor for questions.
I rest my case.
I feel like I have a question, but I'm trying to figure out how to word this right now.
I have a
So-
question in the meantime, Dayton. Joseph, is there any uses for lapis lazuli besides jewelry?
No, the main use is just it's a semi-precious stone.
I did read for essential oils and meditation purposes.
Yeah.
It can be
Um,
called
it's
upon.
basically just a pretty rock, is what it is.
Okay, just
You
curious.
said it, not
But-
me.
Yeah. But are you wearing? Did you dress up like you're a rock? I'm wearing a blue shirt. A very blue
Iron
green
ore
shirt.
represent mining school.
Fun fact: there's so much iron deposits in the UP that it fucks with compasses. If you're in the,
Oh yeah, I remember
Debatable.
hearing that we were there.
Debatable.
if you're like in certain parts of Wisconsin and Minnesota, your compass won't show true north. It'll point the wrong way slightly.
So that's why I always got lost in your eyes, Joseph.
Yeah.
It
I've
wasn't
got
the
a question.
lazuli blue.
Got a
Right,
question,
Sean?
What made you guys choose these rocks?
Mm.
You both seem
went
pretty
to,
passionate about it.
www.geology.com. This one was
Okay, fair.
blue, and I
Yeah.
liked. I thought it was pretty neat. I almost went with if you guys have been to the Sherman Mineral Museum at Tech, there's those minerals that glow or fluoresce and UV light, but those were all like pure minerals and less like rocks. So I didn't go with one of those. So I just went with the one that was blue. Plus, it's got like pyrite in it usually, and I don't know. It's just a really cool looking stone.
I went with something practical because I did not know I was gonna be up against Joseph, so it worked out really nice.
God, Emily's throwing so much shade.
But I wanted to go practical, so that was my choice, Sean.
God damn. All right, I think it's time to vote. Go to you first.
You say me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was too busy laughing my ass off. I'm gonna have to vote for Emily, man.
Hey, what up?
Dude, she fucking just freaking smashed Joseph into the ground.
Gabe.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Joseph just because he liked it. He had heart in it, and you know what? Just because it's useful doesn't mean it's not cool. You know, like it's not useful, but it's still cool.
Like pumice?
Alright.
Oh, man. You still
Not
saw
gonna
that.
lie, Gabe. I thought you were gonna vote Emily just to vote against me.
It's a
Yeah,
true
no,
friend
it's
right there.
interesting.
Josh, your vote.
All right, Joseph. I really like your thing about King Tut because ancient Egypt's cool, but Emily, Gordon Lightfoot's my man, and not to mention, iron ore is like where I'm from. It's like the whole reason my town's a town. So I gotta go with Emily on this one.
All right, represent.
That's fair. That's fair.
Sean.
I also had to go with Emily on this one. Sorry, Joseph, but she presented her rock as like a research paper. Like she started with like a cool like fun like, historical reference. Then she had a thesis, and then like broke down her thesis over the course of her argument. So I think let's go with Emily.
All right.
Thank you.
Max.
I'm also gonna have to go with Emily. Surprise, but I think she had some great arguments in there, no doubt.
Yeah.
Some nice disses there too.
I'm gonna go with Emily as well. The biggest reason is Joseph's argument kind of hinged on iron ore being murder, but you can't get to the top without breaking a few necks. You know what I'm saying?
Breaking
So,
a few necks.
iron ore is a-okay with me, baby.
All right, you guys all just voted for murder. So
We can vote for the Taliban though.
Yeah. Terrorism.
and there's not terrorism that goes on with iron. They make guns. Iron makes guns, swords,
Hey, the vote is.
any type of weapon ever.
Not the Taliban.
Not the Taliban. Okay,
Use
not
wooden
the.
guns.
All right, it's time to arrive at our final fight of the evening. Myself versus Max. Max, you're the guest. Do you want to go first or second?
I'll take second on this one.
All right, so let me pull up my notes real quick.
Yeah, I didn't write any notes. Just saying.
We got it all in your
Off the
head?
dome,
Might be your
dude.
downfall, Max. Might be your downfall, but wait.
Maybe that's okay though.
So I have obsidian and Max has coal, and you know, I'm gonna start with the positive things about obsidian, then I'm just gonna just pound Max into the ground. All right. So if you don't know what obsidian is, it's an igneous rock, which similar to pumice is formed by volcanoes, except it's not during the ejection phase. It's through just lava flowing and then cooling rapidly and making this nice volcanic glass. It's called. It's an amorphous material. All right. Which is a solid. I know there's argument about that shit. It's an amorphous material. It's a volcanic glass. A very
It's
nice
definitely a
black
solid.
color. It's definitely a fucking solid. All right. Now it's typically black, but it comes in a lot of different, very nice colors because different obsidian varieties kind of merge together, make like a rainbow obsidian. There's like a mahogany obsidian, which is like brown and black. There's yellow, orange, a lot of nice different colors. All right, this is what we're working with here. Now, the reason why obsidian is awesome is because when you break it, it makes very, very sharp edges, which means it can be very good for making weapons, which most people did back during the Stone Age. They used to make arrowhead points, spears, knives, a lot of tools hinged on obsidian and using that to hunt and build materials and stuff like that. So was super important back in the day. All right. And modern era, it's mostly used in jewelry, but also it's used in surgery because you can actually get a sharper edge than with surgical steel. So a lot of medical instruments will be made out of steel and then they'll have an obsidian edge on it for surgical purposes. So that was pretty neat. And then what was the last thing I'm gonna say? Oh, I'll get to that part later because Max, you pick coal, which as soon as I read that in the chat, I knew you're about to get fucked because what is one of the number one issues in the world today? That's right, climate change. All right, you know what climate change is caused by? Fossil fuels. Guess what coal is? A fucking fossil fuel. All right, burning coal is literally killing the planet. How can you pick this rock that is going to doom us all?
I'd like to remind you that this whole argument is supposed to be about rocks. All right, we don't care about the human population here. Right?
No, we do
Wait,
care
hang on.
about the population.
The Earth-
rock is actively killing the entire
Earth-
planet Earth.
Hang on a second. Time out, Max. If you're gonna make that argument, why didn't you speak up with Emily and Joseph? They were talking about the human aspect of it too.
Because they can do that
That's
if they
true.
want.
Oh, but he's not about that.
I'm not about it, though.
Jacob's talking about how obsidian's all right killing people. You're all right killing people with iron, but when you kill people with coal, it's all of a sudden a problem. Fucking
Also,
hypocrites.
If I can get back to my argument here, coal itself is just gross. All right, it's just mashed up plant matter that was made in a swamp that was just like packed together. Like it's just a whole gross situation. All right, I'm not a fan. And yeah, my biggest thing here is, coal is actively killing planet Earth. All right. Yeah, it's useful. It carries a ton of energy that we've used to progress modern society. But guess what? All right, we wouldn't even have a society if not for obsidian. Because back in the Stone Age, obsidian was literally the cornerstone of the economy. All right, and it was the reason we were able to hunt and get food and survive. So without obsidian, we wouldn't even be here today. Right?
Hey,
We'd be having
that
this
argument doesn't work, Jacob. I've tried it before.
Yeah, but pumice is also useless. Obsidian actually has uses. Okay.
Round 2.
What I'm getting at here is obsidian was useful back in the day. It's still useful. It's the reason we're alive, and it's not actively killing us all.
Okay.
Okay.
So first of all, I'm gonna say that coal is obviously an important part of society now, and you can say it's killing the planet, but to me, the planet's fine. We're only killing ourselves. That's a human problem. It's not coal's problem that we're burning. All right.
Thinking emoji.
Yeah. So you can't blame coal for that. And now I'm gonna segue to my coal topics. So we're gonna start with what coal is. If you don't know, it's some dead ass plants. They're on the ground. They die and they form peat and they get pushed together to form some sedimentary rock called coal. Simple as that. And one of the most important aspects of that is that since coal is made from plants, that means it is not found anywhere else in the universe, as far as we know. Right? So it could very well be the rarest rock in the universe. Fun fact there.
Really fun.
Damn.
So yeah, and coal being the most important part of our modern society, we wouldn't be here today without coal to power us to this point. And I understand Jacob's point of, it's killing us, but it's about the journey, not the destination.
And what
So you're
doesn't kill
telling-
us makes us stronger, right?
Yeah.
So
He's
I got a
okay
couple.
breaking a few necks, okay, Jacob?
I got a couple things here. So you're telling me that one of the biggest pros of coal is that it got us to our modern society, but then you're like, oh, it's not coal's fault we're using it. It's not coal's fault. Those are conflicting arguments. Also, you mentioned it's made out of plant matter, all right?
Yeah.
Plants used to be alive and then they died. And now we're using their dead corpses to fuel our society. Whatever happened to rest in peace, all right? Can we just let these plants just like
Plants
die peacefully? We gotta dig them up and then use them to make our fucking like. No, get out of here.
Tell that to the meat industry.
Oh, okay,
We're talking
okay.
about fucking rocks, Max.
Yeah,
There's no
hey,
meat
hey.
involved,
Hey,
all right?
you're talking about plants here, okay?
Also- I want to talk about how Obsidian is actively combating climate change. All right,
Ooh,
as I
did not know
mentioned,
that.
Obsidian comes from volcanoes, right? What are volcanoes really? They're vents to the Earth's core, right? The Earth's core heats up the molten rock, shoots it out. So volcanoes are venting the Earth. The Earth's heating up. The volcanoes are trying to help out. They're trying to get this heat out of the Earth. But coal just keeps coming in and heating up the Earth again. So Obsidian is a result of the Earth trying to like help itself. Well,
Isn't volcanoes
we're
shooting
taking-
out greenhouse gases as well?
shut up. It's
Yeah,
venting.
Shut up.
All right. Meanwhile, we're burning
He's
this
bullshitting,
coal
though.
and making the Earth worse. Like you don't have a leg to stand on here. All right. Obsidian is objectively better in every way. That's my argument.
It's a bold strategy.
Are there any questions?
It does sulfur dioxide come out of volcanoes, and is that also a greenhouse gas?
I like how you question it like a Jeopardy question.
Yeah.
What is this? Is the answer, you dumb fucking idiot.
I'm be honest, I did not research volcanoes very heavily. I'm just like, yeah, it comes out of volcanoes.
Okay,
That
so-
sounds about right.
It
I
took
push it to
3
Gabe,
hours
then.
researching volcanoes.
Okay, so
My
Jacob.
original question. Oh, go ahead.
All right, Jacob, I've got a question for you
Mhm.
about obsidian. So I've brought this up a few times before already on this episode. Fracture toughness. Okay, obsidian being in glass means that it has horrible fracture toughness. So basically, anytime there's a chip, anytime there's anything on the edge there, it's just gonna shear right off. So I understand that they use this for surgical methods, right? But what if you're using, an obsidian bladed surgical thing and it happens to chip off into someone's body? Don't you think that's pretty damn shitty?
That would be shit, Aiden. And yeah, I didn't look into how that all works. But with response to the fracture toughness of obsidian, that's the reason why it's so useful, because it fractures so easily. That's what makes the sharp edges, which has made it so useful to society. So without that low fracture toughness, it wouldn't be a useful rock at all.
So it made it useful for murdering people?
Exactly.
Okay.
Get
Which
off
is
the
your
murder.
main gripe with coal, is that it is killing things.
You're
That's
talking about obsidian so much that it killed Sean.
Yeah, Sean's video just
Yeah.
crapped out.
Hopefully he gets back shortly. I think it might be just an internet issue.
We'll have him vote last.
Wait. Can you not hear me?
Oh, we can
No,
hear
we
you.
can't
We can
can't
hear
see you.
your video
Oh, you
is
can't see me? What the
yeah,
fuck?
no, your
your
video.
video is
shit.
Try like
cheeks.
canceling the video and turn it back on or something too.
You try
Are there
turning
any
it off
other-
and on again?
Yeah,
Question.
Max, I had an original question to throw to you.
Yeah. There we
Originally, I was
go.
gonna say like, how are you so sure that coal is a rock? But you've proven that to me.
Yeah.
But my other question is, what is the thing that kids hate to get for Christmas the most?
It is cool.
I didn't even think about that.
It
Emma,
used
you're
to
pulling
be-
this thing
I
wide
thought
open.
about that during mine, but obviously I didn't bring that up.
Do you have anything?
It
I
used to be a
I'm gonna
valued
give you the opportunity to
Christmas gift
combat
to
that.
the
Do you have
household.
anything to fight? Like that's a big one.
I don't have a whole lot other than maybe coal. Maybe getting coal wouldn't be as bad as people think. You might have some good monetary value there. I don't know. That's all I
fact.
got.
Get some little entrepreneurs
Coal-
back home.
When
Yeah.
you're in your 20s, but you have an abundance of coal.
Yeah.
All right.
Coal used to be a very valued Christmas gift because it would help keep the house warm during the winter. So It was not always a bad thing.
When you were growing up, Joseph?
No, I'm saying like back when that tradition started.
You've already beat him, Emily.
He's already dead. Stop.
Hey,
Already dead.
fuck off. You live in Wisconsin, all right? Objectively, this is your state, okay?
Oh, whoa, this shade came out of
Are we
nowhere.
arguing home states next? Because fuck you.
My
Fucking
shade was
cheesehead.
relevant, okay?
All right, it is time to vote. Dayton, you are first.
Fuck. Can you come back to me, dude? I gotta make up my mind. Like,
All right, I'll come back. I'll come back to you. Gabe.
All right, I'm going Max on this one. I got a couple reasons. One, you used the whole argument we wouldn't be here without Obsidian, and I used that argument and you shot me down, so fuck you.
oh.
You didn't research volcanoes. That was dumb.
Neither did you. You didn't research volcanoes for pumice either.
I totally did. I said it came out of volcanoes. That's the thing. And
His
three-
argument didn't hinge against volcanoes, though.
Exactly. Mine did.
Ugh.
Yours did.
Why does it
Uh,
hinge a volcano? Is a nice fact. Anyway, whatever.
Max's description of it being unique was interesting. It was a thought that I never had before, and it kind of stuck with me.
All right, Josh.
Alright, so I gotta be honest with you guys. I was
I'd hope so.
through this 6-pack or this 12-pack of Corona when we started. I'm almost done with it now.
At least you're honest.
So the only thing that stuck in my head was Jacob saying something about volcanoes and like cooling the earth, and I thought of POW, which is protect our winters. And as you guys know, I'm a big skier and snowboarder.
Josh, it's not true.
It's not
Guys,
true.
Gabe, shut up. This winter has been shit, and I wanted a better winter, and we gotta protect those winters. And for that reason, I'm going with Jacob.
Hey, the thought process was so there. Love it.
Dude, that was
Josh,
so
don't
fun.
stop being you, please, ever.
Sean, where's your vote going?
Well, as much as I hated Jacob's bullshit of the volcanoes cooling the earth, I do appreciate that this is a bullshit bracket, and he did a very good job of bullshitting his way through nonsense. Also, my major in college was environmental related, so I automatically
Man,
hate coal, minus the fact that I
I
love
didn't play to
Max,
my
so-
audience.
yeah, you kind of lost a vote there. I'm gonna have to go with Jacob.
Oh, okay.
All right, Joseph.
I'm gonna have to go Max, because of Jacob's hypocrisy throughout tonight.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Fucking
It's-
preach, my man.
Like, you say one thing and then you just say the other, and part of bullshitting is keeping a consistent tone throughout.
He does
All right,
have a
if you're
point.
gonna
Keep us
argue
consistent
that
bullshit.
murder is bad, don't say murder is good.
I didn't
Okay?
say murder was bad. When did I say
You-
murder was bad?
Or you.
I said you got to break a few necks to get to the next rung.
But
That's
you
consistent
said
with my
murder is
argument.
bad. You said murder's bad when Cole's doing it.
Coal is
Yeah.
literally killing the planet. I'm
That's
talking about a
still
planet
murder,
killing-
Planet,
isn't it?
planet will be
Planet killing.
fine. The planet will be fine. We're gonna die.
Make a
It's murder on a
consistent
bigger
argument, Jacob.
Oh my god, you're just.
My vote goes to Max.
Oh my god, I feel like there's a lot of vengeful voting going on
Yeah,
in this
maybe.
final bout.
Yeah, rip.
Shouldn't have gone lost and shouldn't have fucking made some enemies, alright?
Oh my god, Emily, you're up.
I have to respect the use of medical devices. You know, it's where the heart is. However, this is a bullshit channel, and Max said he didn't even write the shit down. I gotta like hand it over to the guy who was just like, I'm bullshit this because I didn't do that. So respect. My vote goes to
Thank you.
Max.
Dayton, comes to you.
All right. Jacob, I would go to a commercial break right now, but I don't think we have
We have
those
no
yet.
sponsors.
Yeah, we don't have that yet.
Not yet.
So I'll just make a dramatic pause right now. I choose you, Jacob. And Jacob, the reason I choose you is because you made a valid counterpoint to me saying that Obsidian has garbage fracture toughness and that it cannot arrest cracks whatsoever. And you were like, yeah, but that's what makes it useful. And I'm like,
That's a good point.
That's the
all
whole
right, dude, you got me.
So that breaks it to a tiebreaker. Dayton,
Yeah.
what is the chat saying?
I don't know. Let's see. All right,
Do we have
everyone
any
who's
viewers left?
yeah. If we have anyone left in chat, all right. Well, Gabe just voted for Max again.
That does
And
not count.
Jeff, Nama Jeff, as Joseph just said, Wisconsin smells like cow shit.
Jesus, that's hard.
R James 217 or no Ninja Cat said, "What's wrong with Wisconsin?"
Yep.
Oh, Kenzie
Wisconsin's-
voted
All right,
Cole.
so
A
we
little
have
biased.
two votes for Cole right now. So for Max.
Does Kenzie count? Kenzie's Max's girlfriend. How does that count?
I think there might be a conflict of interest there.
She's
We'll
not
wait
on
till
the
the final
podcast.
count
She's not
comes
on the
out.
podcast right now. All right, I don't know if we have anyone else. If
I
they,
think that's
There's
it.
more people, but they're not talking.
fuck all y'all hating on Wisconsin,
Who's
Cole.
He already voted. He already voted.
Give Max the L.
Wait, Kenzie, you just directly voted like the opposite though. Like, what the hell? All right, I
Let
think
me ask you this: Do we put it up on his Instagram poll if we don't have enough people
No,
in this chat?
fuck you.
No,
You
no,
don't
we-
get a
we
second
How
have-
many
vote.
people?
we
How
have-
many people? I don't know how many people are left.
Oh wait,
Yeah, we got a
Hang on.
Jacob vote.
yeah, we got a Jacob vote. I don't know,
I'm
That's-
just trying to compare how
still
many people we
gives-
had before, how many people we have now.
but we can't do an Instagram poll right now. Like we need to
Yeah,
get
right,
get this settled right now. And right now the verdict is Max. We have two votes for Cole, and one for. Oh wait, hang on. I
Oh
changed.
my God.
Oh, last
What?
minute change. Last minute change to Jacob.
Oh no.
Last minute change to Jacob. All right.
The
Are we-
polls are tied.
Dane, you got to call it. Are we ending it right now or not?
Yeah,
All
we gotta
right.
call it.
5, 4, 3,
There's a delay.
2,
They're not gonna be able to hear.
one.
it.
Yeah,
I know,
wait,
but I don't fucking care. I'm doing this for dramatic effect.
Wait till it goes off on the.
It is going off on the chat now. So
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
everyone's typing.
All right.
Drum roll.
Jacob's the winner. Brrr. All right.
All right.
He's supposed to drum
Got
roll
a hair
first,
on his
but
chin.
All
okay.
right. I'm a few deep right now, Emily.
So next week it will be Dayton versus Josh, and Emily versus myself in the winners bracket.
All
And the
right.
losers bracket it'll be Sean versus Gabe, and Joseph versus Max. And
Do we know
Alright.
our
Eat
topic yet?
shit next week, Max.
I'm not gonna say it on the air. I want to keep it a surprise.
Don't
So
throw shit
next
too
week
early.
will be a totally different topic on the over the overall theme of just bullshitting. All right. Thank you guys for listening. We hope this was enjoyable. We've been playing this for a little bit, and it's been a lot of fun doing it. So, yeah, tune in for the next 2 weeks to see who is eventually crowned the ultimate bullshitter. But yeah, we'll see you next week. Bye.
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 Bye-bye.
Bye.